Here comes Miriam. anyway, I'm Chris, one of the co-founders, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. If you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto super easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track, especially when we're doing something like PSMF. So thanks for joining us on our keto journey. Storm Chasing Gal says, y'all put your foot in this one, Blackberry? Okay. Miriam's just, she's brushing her teeth. The braces, they get stuff in it, it drives her nuts. So Marie Campos has arrived. Thank you for joining us, Marie. Meg is here as well, so is Dennis. And Storm Chasing Gal. Risa is here, and Evelyn. Jennifer Lucas says, good evening, beautiful people.
Hello.
Oh, you've even got a lapel to attach that to.
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
I'm way prepared.
Somebody was saying, stop holding lapel mics. Put them on your lapel. That's like, wow, okay.
Well, who has lapels when they have
Well, I
t-shirts
just clip it
these
to my
days?
shirt, but
Yeah.
anyway.
It's a little dark in here.
Yeah. Evelyn is here. Exposing Darkness says greetings. Jennifer Lucas is saying hi to people.
Hello.
Gina says, how y'all doing this terrific Tuesday? We went camping over the weekend.
Yeah, it was super fun.
I did not, unlike my son, get sunburnt.
I got one shoulder.
He sprayed his shoulder, and so there was this line of white.
I was like this line like this big.
And then he had just
It looked like he took a finger and put it on and then sprayed the top with sunburn.
And we were like, dude, you need to reapply sunscreen. He's like, okay, did it again.
Like,
it's the exact
I
same
can see
thing.
where they got that problem from.
Yep. Anywho, Nancy says, hello, beautiful people.
Hey, Nancy.
And Cindy is here
Hi,
as
Cindy.
well. Dee Dee Hines says, good evening.
Hi,
Marie says,
Dee
anyone
Dee.
know what the crowns with numbers next to the names are? Okay. So,
Oh, yeah.
if you're getting that, it's because YouTube decided to enable the leaderboard.
To make people feel cool.
You can opt out of
Why
that.
is this sticking
So,
up right here?
up at the top of the chat list, there's a little crown. And if you click on that, it'll show you the current leaderboard. And it's people who are commenting.
Who commenting? Commenting.
At the
who are
very
commenting.
bottom, there's a thing that you can hit to turn off that option. When you turn it off, you won't participate in the leaderboard and you won't see the leaderboard.
But if you want a little crown, you have to participate.
So it's the top fans.
Oh,
So
that's what it looks like.
yeah, and if you scroll
bunch of
down to the
people.
very bottom, there's a thing that you can turn it off.
You are such a party pooper.
Yeah, well,
I actually like how we can see the pictures a little bit better
Okay.
on this.
anyway, it's a thing that YouTube is messing with. Also, on Two Crazy Keto's live stream last week, they and it may be that you can only turn off the leaderboard on desktop because I'm not seeing it on mobile.
Oh yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Anyway.
Hey, I can do it. Keep showing support to make it to top 50. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, last week
Okay.
on Two Crazy Keto's live stream, they removed people's preferred channel name
50.
and showed their channel handle.
What?
And so it was just a bunch of numbers and letters,
That's annoying.
unless people had gone in like Keto Simple and put their actual channel handle
That's
in.
annoying.
Anyway, Jujubee is here. Penny says hello from
I'm
Everett,
not in
Washington.
the top 50 yet
No,
because
you're
I
not.
don't have a crown.
And Jennifer says, Miriam, I just got the leg pumps. Got to test drive
You
them
did?
tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Please tell me how they go. Did you get them from Lymphopress? Or where'd you get them? Tactile?
All I know is
I
I'm
want to
going to
know.
make it so that you're not killing our bandwidth by streaming that.
What? wanted to
Lori
be top
Henson is
50.
here.
Hi,
Long time
Lori.
no see. Let's see.
Hi,
B Rose
Pat.
says, I thought it was the dark setting on my phone. There you go. Nanu says, I had a butterscotch Keto Chow creamy
Ooh, that
with
sounds
a
good.
creamy soda Zevia as a float.
Oh
with
my
supper
gosh.
tonight.
That
So
does
good.
sound amazing. I want a cream soda.
Jennifer says, I used to get lobster red, but not on carnivore.
Oh, yeah?
Carl says burgers are done, ready to watch the Keto Chow updates with Chris and Miriam. I don't know how many updates we have.
Delicious burgers.
Yeah. And Bob says, hi from Arizona, where we're finally starting to get monsoon rain.
Oh, well, that's good. It's hot in Arizona.
Yeah, it is. Gail's here.
Hi, Gail.
And Francine says, I love your products.
Hi, Francine.
They love you, too.
We love you. Thanks for coming on.
Didi says, we're camping now. Raton, New Mexico for a few days. Then off to Wyoming, then Silverton, Colorado. And I'm on YouTube tonight, but it's me, Donna.
Hi, Donna.
And Francine says the products changed her life.
I'm glad you're camping.
That's
great.
great.
So fun.
And Jujubee wants a crown. We're going to put you in timeout.
So when we're done with this, I have a wild hair I want to talk to you about.
And which is the funniest phrase. I had literally never heard, I have a wild hair, meaning I have a crazy idea I want.
Right.
Never in my life had anyone ever said that to me until you said it.
I just said it
about a month ago.
Yeah. Like, it's not a weird phrase. It's old. It's an old phrase.
Yeah. Deborah says I placed a big order for red, white, and BAM and blue slushies electrolytes.
I had red, white, and BAM today.
Oh, Joe says, did you see the new dew flavor, red, white, and blue blow pop face? Wow. Oh, wow.
Where
blue
is that?
blow pop face smiling emoji. That's interesting. Well, we had seen that a bunch of different electrolyte companies had done a red, white, and blue.
Yes.
And we're like, hey, we should try one too.
Yeah, we should.
Anyway, Patsy is here. Says late again.
Hi, Cindy.
Teresa is here as well. Says, I'm so sad I lost some rewards. Oh, and that's actually an interesting thing. Interesting point to bring up. The rewards points they last for 6 months after you receive them.
Oh, I'm sorry, Teresa. That is such a pain.
We were still having some problems with the emails going out. We did some updates about a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
So let us know if you're starting to get the rewards emails in a timely fashion.
And you can always reach out to customer service anytime, and they can look up your rewards so that you can know. And then what I would suggest you do is just figure out what your rewards due date is, the latest it can be out, oldest, whatever, and then go put like a week before that a calendar event on your calendar and be like, I have rewards I need to use at Keto Chow. It will expire next week, because then you won't miss it.
Storm Chasing Gal said I made an incredible Buster Bar recipe with ice cream, nuts, chocolate. So good.
Oh, that does sound good.
Let's see. Patsy wasn't viewing the time. Suzanne says I had a vanilla creamy with pecans for lunch.
Yum. That sounds amazing.
Speaking of creamies.
Yeah?
As it says in tonight's show notes, it's the second thing.
Okay.
Chris is unimpressed with Prime Day stuff. The Ninja Creamy sales are super meh.
Meh.
Just get one on Facebook Marketplace or a similar place. My personal opinion is, I've said it before, I will say it again, the best ice cream maker is the one that you already have. Second best is a Ninja Creamy. And there's the Ninja Breeze and the Ninja this and the blah, blah, blah. We have 3 of the original 301 model Ninja Creamy.
And they're great.
It works extremely well. I actually don't like the Ninja Creamy Deluxe because I think it's too big. I think
the regular ones are too big still. Like, I'll eat the whole thing, but I really could probably eat like 3/4 of that and be fine.
Well, because if you make a blender bottle full, that's 18 ounces, which is bigger than the 16 fluid ounces. And so you'd have to make it with a little bit less water to make it fit exactly in a pint container, which is fine. And the trick that we've learned is we microwave it for 30 seconds.
Yep.
To soften it just a bit. Then we run it on light ice cream. I run it on light ice cream twice.
I do too.
And maybe a respin for a third time.
Or a mix-in if you put something in it. I have completely stopped putting mix-ins in because I just want something soft. And you know what? I know teenagers do it all the time and they eat whatever they want and they're fine. But I just get so annoyed when there's so much stuff in my teeth.
Okay. But I think the Ninja Creamy is fantastic.
I agree.
And on days that we're not doing PSMF, I will eat generally 2 of them, one for breakfast and one for lunch.
Yeah.
So it's just great. Crystal has an Instapot coming tomorrow. Excited to make my own yogurt and cook meat.
Oh, that's so good. Our yogurt's almost gone.
Oh. Well, we
need
could
to make
use some of the stuff, some of the
Yogurt
leftover to make more.
Nice.
Keto Simple wants to know what internet speeds we're getting.
Fasty.
We have Xfinity Gigabit, which is 1,200 megabits per second down and like 300 up. Except here we're on Wi-Fi and it's kind of terrible.
Okay.
Our house has really bad Wi-Fi.
The office is not so bad.
Yeah. Well, because I ran hard lines over the house.
Our Wi-Fi isn't that bad.
Not
I
too
have
bad.
had worse.
Our closet is a dead zone, and Audrey and Haley's rooms are also dead zones because they're inside of concrete
I
footings,
actually go in our
foundations.
closet sometimes and read when I can't sleep at night.
Well, you can get stuff. It's just really slow. Like if you try to watch YouTube.
Well, I don't usually do that. But
Yeah.
I could see that. I watch YouTube in our closet sometimes when I'm folding laundry and stuff.
Well, Sherry is here. Says 4 lives in one day.
Oh yeah,
Well, I feel bad. I feel bad that we didn't get to
missed
see
it.
Amanda and Chris Cooking Nashville
Lame.
together. That would
We're
have been a lot
too
of fun.
busy getting home from work and making dinner. I made the chicken meatballs again. I've been obsessed with that recipe lately.
That is a recipe that is
On
on
the Keto Chow
our
website.
site, right?
It's
see.
so easy. It has like a little bit of seasonings, a couple eggs, keto chow, chicken soup. Yep, that's it.
And you're just doing it without the cheese.
I'm just not putting the cheese in it.
Because we're trying for a
Higher protein,
lower fat.
Yep.
So
and
normally
we're
we would
not
have
doing that
Parmesan
every
cheese.
single day. We're
No.
picking a couple days a week that we're doing it.
We're doing it Tuesday and Thursday
and Thursday this week, yeah.
Speaking of awesome recipes, Muddy, Muddy.
Oh yes, can you make
This
that
guy
tomorrow?
right here. If you're looking for a fun snack
That would have been good for
that
4th of July snack.
everybody loves, we actually made this and
Everybody
took
loves
it to
this.
the beach once.
Oh yeah.
And the keto people,
And it
the
mixes in
non-keto
with the sand
people,
and nobody even noticed.
yeah, it's. Well, and sorry, let me just come back. I dropped the link in the chat. So the recipe is actually super simple. It's pork rinds, and I just use the big tub when I get about half full.
Yeah.
And just use the whole thing. And then it's butter, peanut butter, chocolate peanut butter keto chow,
We've done
powdered
toffee.
erythritol,
We've done multiple flavors.
or in this case, you could use
Allulose.
allulose, some peanuts, maybe some sugar-free chocolate chips.
Yeah. Yeah.
Works extremely well.
Good. We've put in the little keto brick, little pieces in before too.
And it also worked really well with chocolate toffee.
Yeah.
And chocolate toffee with a little bit of butter
and actual peanut
on,
butter.
well, somebody made what basically they were like, I want popcorn, but I don't want popcorn. So they melted a little butter, threw it in with some pork rinds, dusting of chocolate toffee, and they're like, this worked.
Yum. So good.
Keto Simple's looking for M.2 hard drive deals.
Oh, on Amazon Prime. There's a lot of deals that are going on. I know Kohl's is doing like every day a different sale. So like I ordered a pair of joggers for Max yesterday, and then today I'm ordering him a rash guard that matches his new swimsuit. Because this weekend when we were hanging out, his swimsuit didn't match his shirt.
Exposing Darkness had a pina colada creamy for dinner. Earlier I made cherry chill with black cherry Zevia and cherry seltzer water. Nice.
Oh, that sounds so good.
And Cindy says, I was disappointed to hear you all won't be in Orlando this month. We're actually going to be in Las Vegas for Miriam's family reunion.
Yes.
We get to camp out in our RV in the driveway of the house where everyone else is staying because there isn't enough room in the inn. Anyway, but Cindy is happy to hear we will be in Tampa for Hack Your Health in November. I booked our plane tickets, the house that we're renting,
Did you get the car?
and a rental car.
High five.
Here's the funny thing. So my old job, I got a corporate discount program, 5% off with Hertz. And for some reason, I can't remove it from my account.
It's just part of you now.
Because if you go on Hertz and you don't use a corporate discount, you can prepay, and it's like 40% lower to rent a car with Hertz.
But it's 5% less if you have a corporate.
Yeah, but that's pay later. So it's cheaper to not use my old job's corporate discount.
Oh.
And to prepay. Yours has the same discount, and I can't get it off. Here's the funny thing, though. I could do it in the app, but I couldn't do it on the website.
What?
Hertz website is functionally broken,
but
their app works fine.
Maybe they specialize in cars, not
computers. I don't know. So I'm like...
Hey, let me just tell you, websites are hard.
They are hard. Anyway, Angel Dust is here from Oregon. Welcome.
Hello.
Keto Simple says, even the rye tea company had a red, white, and blue flavored tea. Wow, that's interesting.
Fun.
Teresa says, I tried to reach out and they said, too bad. Now, if you're talking about that it had already expired like weeks ahead of time, and that may be the case that they couldn't restore it.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about is reaching out ahead of time to find out when they're going to expire. Like if it expired months and months ago,
yeah, they can't.
Yeah, I don't know what we could do with that. Marie says, I had peppermint keto chow for lunch. Forgot to add the fat in the blend jet. Whoa.
Oh man.
Keto Miss says, yeah, I agree. The Prime deals are helping me keep money in my pocket and nothing interesting.
Right. I was looking for a red light. So if anybody finds a red light,
like a red light therapy thing.
I have the thing that I use all the time. I love that so much. But I want a bigger one. And I want a mat or the blanket, but I don't know if I want like the sleeping bag thing.
Okay.
So I'm kind of shopping around and I just thought, well,
a red light blanket thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's Prime, I also want to get like a good quality one, so I'm willing to wait if I can't find it. But I'm like, I'll just check and see.
Meg says, I need to make the ice cream. Yeah. Keto Simple says they had the creamy breeze, didn't last long. Yeah, I still like the original for me. Well, and the cool thing about the original one is you can buy third-party containers for super cheap.
And the lids are cute, too. They're different colors.
Risa says, this week I mixed red raspberry with classic cake donut and made a jelly donut flavor keto chow.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Jennifer Lucas recommends the Tasties air fryer for Prime Day. I think that's the one that Joe and Rachel did the review of.
Yeah, and they've had, I think, multiple Tasties. I think they had one in their trailer and they have one at the house.
Yeah, I believe so.
But it's so funny because we have an air fryer. We never use it.
We've used it once. Well, we have a giant oven with convection and okay, so Miriam tonight made the chicken meatballs.
Yeah.
How much chicken did you use?
I used 3 pounds of chicken, which isn't really that much.
And it was 3 full
3 cookie sheets of meatballs.
Okay, I guess they're not full cookie sheets, they're half sheets.
Yes, that's true. It's the big ones from Sam's Club.
The big ones.
The ones from Sam's Club.
Not the big ones.
Not the
big ones.
The cake.
Yeah, not the full sheet ones.
Yeah, but 3 of them fit in the oven, and we ate all of them, and there were 7 of us, right?
Yep.
7. So.
Evelyn says, I mapped out how long it would take to come visit you. 25-hour drive. Wow.
Oh, I want to see.
We are going to be driving to New Braunfels, Texas.
Yeah, so we could go to Buc-ee's. You want to meet us there?
Yeah. Dustin says, if Chris was so smart, he'd have figured out wormholes by now. No, I'm not. I'm not even worried about that. Storm Chasing Gal says, have you ever tried the legendary chips? I haven't tried the legendary chips.
I have. Chips. I've tried them.
Have you?
Mm-hmm. They're not very. We don't see them very often.
Maybe no. I haven't tried the legendary chips.
Are you thinking the high key ones?
I've tried the Quest chips many times.
They have. Legendary also has like a puff chip.
Yeah, too. I have tried those, so I guess.
And honestly, I can't remember much about them. Like, I like all of those chips. I just need to be careful around them that I don't like overindulge, and so I kind of just stay away from them.
Speaking of being careful and overindulging, Bubble says cashews sounds good with that.
Yeah.
I can do like 2 cashews, and that's...
Chris loves cashews. I actually have been eating cashews more often lately, even though they're higher in carb, just because they're softer. But I'm not gonna, because I don't want to just snack. It's not helpful.
Risa says I mixed snickerdoodle with Marigold's food horchata collagen and then added some decaf instead of water.
Nice.
Like cinnamon dolce Starbucks.
That's awesome.
Dustin wants to know if we're going to be at low carb for better health. Yes.
Yes.
Miriam and I.
We will be at low carb.
And that's actually why we were sad that we didn't get to go on Amanda Decker and Chris Cooking Nashville.
Because we're going to see them.
Because we're like, we're going to be there. And that's in
Chris isn't going to be there very
September.
much. Very long.
He's the first. Chris Cooking Nashville is going to be there the first day of low carb for better health.
I know, but only the first day. So I'm sad that we don't get to see him much.
Dustin says most people use the app, so websites go unloved. Kind of. Bubbles wants to know, are we on target for pumpkin spice by September this year?
Heck yes, we are.
Probably.
We are on target.
Stay on target. Stay on target. Dustin is recommending you look at Neely because she's got the one guy from the Red Light
Oh,
Company.
yeah. Well, and I know she's talked about 2 different companies. And I was just kind of looking on Amazon Prime to see if they had anything there. I haven't researched red lights enough to know like what the wattage and what the LED-ness needs to be. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Dustin said with Legendary Chips, they did a review video a year ago. Didn't edit or release it ever. Never got around to it. Still in the can. Tony says, only the best. Gail says Life Pro has a huge sale on their products, including the red light therapy.
That's perfect.
$389 for the red light panel. Whoa.
Ooh, that's a lot. But I love Life Pro. That's the one that my red light is. And so if it's anything like it, I feel like it would be worth it. So I'll go look thereafter. I'm going to write it down. Where's the pen?
Jujubee said, well, it's just look at your red light thing and you'll go, oh, yeah, that's right.
I know, but there's 3 things I'm trying to remember now.
Okay. Jujubee said Rachel posted about the red light thing somewhere. Okay, so.
Thank you.
Sue.
89, 30. Because I can write stuff down on a piece of paper. I am old enough, I know how to use a piece of paper.
I'm so old. All right. Sue said, I've tried making pucks and fat bombs using Keto Chow.
Oh, that's
What is the secret to getting all the salt to dissolve? I let it sit for about a half hour, kept stirring, but they never seemed to get incorporated.
So, I'm not sure what the recipe was. I did scroll down, and I wondered if it was the one that somebody had put into the chat, or if it was one that we had done before.
And Marie said she just keeps on stirring it. One of the problems with using Keto Chow as a fat bomb, or trying to make something like a keto brick out of it, is the electrolytes in Keto Chow don't really dissolve unless you actually have some water in the mix.
Right.
So if you're just adding like coconut butter or something like that, you need some actual water to dissolve it, or else it never really incorporates.
Yeah.
Which could be a problem or not. It's going to taste saltier because that salt never fully dissolved.
No, I forgot the third thing. What was the third thing I needed to remember? Shoot.
Marie says she tried some of the fat bomb recipes as well as my puck recipe.
Oh, yeah.
Dustin says, I'm going to see if I can make low carb for better health. I want to attend.
Yay! We can go to dinner.
With him?
Yeah. He can take us out.
and when it gets all ratty, you can take it out and beat it.
What? What's that
from? The Lion King turning, what's his name, the evil guy into a rug. Anyway.
Oh.
All right. Kara, might have gotten it wrong, is 2 months into doing keto.
Woohoo!
And says 12-hour shift in the veterinary ER.
Oh, wow.
And never got to take a break because it was too insane today. All I had was my Keto Chow on my way in the morning. Don't get me wrong, I was hungry by the end of the work, but I wasn't shaky, panicky, or hangry, and it was great. Note to self, though, pack a second shake just in case.
Good point. And you know what? That is one of the best
use cases
benefits of keto, is that you can go longer between eating. You don't get snacky, and you don't get hangry, and you don't get
Or if
grouchy.
you do, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. You do sometimes get snacky, but you don't need the food because you've changed things around. You're relying on fat. That's the best thing about Disneyland and keto because we could just go. And I always say Disneyland because I'm a California girl, but it's actually Disney World or Disneyland. Any
theme park,
right? Or Lake Day, right?
Yeah.
You can go all day long because you're
get a decent breakfast, eat dinner,
and you can just go and you don't have to worry about food. It is so nice.
The problem is if you go with carb burners,
then you have to stop for food.
Yep. Like we run into that when we would do trade shows or conferences with employees that didn't do keto. We would get like halfway through the day and they're like,
I need to eat.
Can we eat?
Yeah, go eat.
Like, we were going to go to get some Brazilian barbecue this
Tonight
evening. And
at
they're
6.
And they're like, but I'm hungry now.
Yeah, that's true. And that's the thing. That's how when you eat sugar, carbs, you burn it off and then you need more to replenish. So
yeah. But I also like that she was talking about, if you're busy like that, one of the really nice things, the reason why we made Keto Chow was to make getting good nutrition easy.
Yeah.
So if you are doing a 12-hour shift, or driving somewhere, or you have meeting after meeting after meeting, and all you can do is grab a Keto Chow out of the fridge, you
nice.
don't have to settle for bad decisions of like getting the bunless burger that they put the ketchup on and you're sad, things like that.
Yep.
So, anyway. Carl says, hopefully Legendary doesn't treat me like the Quest products. Every time I've tried Quest, I get violent gastric distress.
Oh, sad. Well, Quest has a lot of ingredients.
True.
And there are a lot of weird stuff and a lot of fibers and things. So, Quest is less bad.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And Legendary Pop-Tarts, I just need to stay away from. I don't even like them that much, but it's the association with the you couldn't have this when you're a kid.
Afford
it's a scarcity mindset.
Rob says, hi, folks. And Danielle says, you guys are killing it with the new flavors.
Oh,
I love the coconut cream pie, and I just got blackberry, and I was struck by how much it tasted like blackberry cobbler. I rely on you guys to help me stay on track. You guys really hitting out, you guys are really hitting it out of the park with these new flavors. And I love the limited edition flavors, too. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, the coconut cream pie, we did it as a limited edition, and it's now currently sold out.
It's out.
We haven't made plans to bring it back or not. Right now, we're still processing the data. So Carol says, I'm confused about the magnesium choices. So
magnesium choices that we have?
3 buckets of magnesium. Magnesium oxide is white paint.
Right.
Don't get stuff that's magnesium oxide. Magnesium citrate
is cheaper.
And it works really well, but it's also the stuff that you use when you're prepping for colonoscopy.
So if you need to go,
it'll make you go. The other choices that include magnesium chloride, which is what we use in salty, magnesium malate, which is what we use in Keto Chow, magnesium glycinate, magnesium orotate, magnesium taurate, all those 8 ones. That's the last bucket, and those are the good ones. So, citrate bad, oxide is terrible, the other ones are fine. And a lot of people will ascribe different benefits to the different versions of magnesium.
There's not.
It's just the magnesium is amazing. Magnesium malate, magnesium glycinate, magnesium chloride, all of those, as far as I can tell, there's no actual studies that show that one has a particular benefit over another.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. If anybody wants to send me a study that decisively indicates otherwise, I am happy to change my mind. But it's just the magnesium is amazing. Now, as far as what we have on our products, oh my gosh, I did not actually.
I believe in you.
There we go. So if you go on our site and you go here to electrolytes.
Electrolytes.
So what we have is we have the salty drink mix, which, and then if I just click on liquid drops, it'll get the other ones. So you've got hydrate is for general hydration. The minerals is just to have a daily dose of the minerals that are missing from modern diets. Relax is just magnesium.
That's the one that tastes horrible.
And then low K is just high in sodium with not a lot of potassium.
Yep.
You click on it, takes you over, talks about it. This is our magnesium supplement. And it's really, as far as, we do have the capsules, and we also have it in a liquid format.
Which I take the capsules every night and the liquid. I take 1 or 2 magnesium capsules at night, and then I do a squirt of the liquid in as I'm taking my other supplements, and it works great for me.
Yep.
Even though it tastes like horrible fire.
Hopefully that cleared up some of the confusion about magnesium.
Yep. Yeah, thanks for reaching out about that.
Jujube is thinking of taking Keto Chow to Yellowstone next month
Yellowstone!
for my coffee with butter powder.
Yellowstone.
Camping company has no clue about keto. Easy breakfast.
Yeah.
Let's see. Danielle says, "Were you guys at all surprised by how fast the coconut cream pie sold out?" Actually, I thought it was going to sell out a lot faster.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy it did sell out.
Yeah, we still have classic cake donut available.
Yeah.
Marie says, "I've been feeling flavored out on electrolytes the last couple of days, so I've been adding Redmond salt to my water today."
And
that's great. And Dustin says, Chandra really likes the coconut cream pie.
Nice,
keep that in mind.
Nice.
Faye says, Data says, please bring back the coconut cream pie.
Thank you.
Marie says, Costco has
Noted.
some chicken chips, and a couple times, different flavors made primarily from chicken breast meat and egg whites. A few other things.
Who was it that had the chicken skins? Was it Cluck?
It was plucked. But they used seed oils to fry them.
Dang it.
To fry them. Oh my gosh.
Fried them. Well, I want chicken skins. They're
Teresa wants to
delicious.
know, can you take magnesium glycinate and magnesium citrate at the same time? You absolutely can.
Yeah.
It's just the
Just be aware if you take too much, it'll just go right through you. But I've heard Dr. Berry say this multiple times. If you want to know how much magnesium you need, just keep increasing it until you get diarrhea, and then back it off.
Carol says, oh, of course I bought oxide, reordering the glycinate. The problem with the magnesium oxide is the bond between magnesium and oxygen is really strong.
Yeah.
And us humans lack the metabolic process to break those apart at a very efficient rate.
Yeah.
So if you take, say, 1,000 milligrams, you're only going to be getting about 50 milligrams of that actually absorbed by your body. Those are not the actual numbers, but it is very low.
Yeah.
Whereas magnesium chloride, magnesium glycinate, magnesium orotate, magnesium malate, those all get absorbed very easily. The one that exists in nature is magnesium chloride. Natural metabolic processes, plants fixating the magnesium, magnesium in rocks being eroded away, that makes magnesium chloride.
Which is what we have.
Which is what we have.
The lake.
Jennifer says magnesium chloride seems to be the only one that doesn't act like a laxative to me.
Chris, can you speak to fillers that could potentially be in some supplements?
Like in the magnesium pills?
Yeah. So if it says 5 grams of magnesium or something like that, what is a good amount that they should be looking for?
Well, the problem is, so it's based on weight.
Right.
And even, magnesium oxide, another reason why magnesium oxide gets used a lot is because the amount of magnesium that's on the nutrition facts label versus the amount of magnesium oxide you have to use is very high. The percentage of elemental magnesium in magnesium oxide is really, really high. So if you use, these are not the numbers. Right. But if you use, say, 1,000 milligrams of magnesium oxide, you may get as much as 400 or 500 milligrams of magnesium that you can legally put on the supplement facts label, because it technically contains that amount of magnesium. Now, some companies they're like, well, we don't want to put, we want to make it look like there's more stuff or something. or they put the same amount of magnesium into multiple pills, and you don't notice that it's like a serving of this bottle is like 400 milligrams of magnesium, and you don't notice that the serving size is 15 pills or something like that.
Right. Yeah. And we've dealt with that too, because we have the daily minerals.
The daily mineral capsules.
And they're a lot of pills.
You have to take 11 to get
because we didn't want to have the huge of a pill.
The huge
so
pills.
we totally understand that.
Yep. Now
you have to pay attention to that.
Yeah. Now some companies, in order to kind of pad the number of servings or whatever, what they'll use is they'll use apple fiber is a common additive.
Yep.
And that one actually is fine. Some companies will use silica, which just helps the stuff flow better. Other companies will actually use maltodextrin.
Yeah, they do, and it says
in their
on
capsules.
The label, or it's small enough that they don't have to label it.
Yeah, or they'll use cellulose.
Yeah,
cellulose is fine.
Is the most common one.
It's basically shredded paper.
It's fiber.
It's fiber. Apple fiber is also cellulose. Yeah. So, anyhow, there you go. Darlene wants to know, are we bringing back pecan sticky bun? We have no announcements to make about the availability of that product at this time. I know it's a stupid answer, but we don't announce stuff ahead of time until such time as it's ready. So. Right. Let's see. Marie says, if the ones near me had flock, I missed out on that one.
Oh, Jennifer Lucas. What? We need a map with pins showing where we've taken Keto Chow. I agree. Because
that'd be pretty fun.
That is fun. I always just have a couple in my suitcase everywhere we go, because you never know if you cannot find food. Or if I am feeling like I need a treat, I would much rather mix a Keto Chow without any fat in my hotel room and feel like I have a treat than buy something off plan.
Well, you could also make fat bombs without Keto Chow in it. Just make fat bombs with butter, coconut oil, some flavoring, stuff like that. Just any fat bomb recipe. And then mix up Keto Chow with just water.
Oh, yeah.
Eat the fat bombs and drink the Keto Chow, and that would totally work as well. I'm actually not a fan of butter powder because
it's higher in carbs.
It's higher in carbs. It costs more. It takes up more space, and there are applications for it. Camping is one of those that really shines.
Yep.
But I'd rather make little fat bombs out of butter and just bring those instead.
Yeah,
that's my personal
with
feeling.
Them is hard. Camping, of course, is easy because you put it in a cooler or something.
Yeah.
But
the other reason why I'm not a fan of butter powder is because people see the nutrition information on the package and it says it has zero
carbs, but it's not.
It
zero.
doesn't.
Yeah.
It has several thousand times more carbs per calorie compared to regular butter. And the cream powder, which is actually sweet cream powder, is, I think it was 15 times more carbs per calorie than just regular heavy cream. And regular heavy cream is kind of high in carbs. So Jujubee, they got 6 days in Yellowstone. They were selected for a free trip. Yes. They just had to pay for flights and a hotel before and after.
Woohoo!
Dustin takes a magnesium combination. There you go.
Nice.
Risa says, Thrive Market also sells flock chips. I got my hands on the Nashville hot version.
Oh, nice.
And a Terry Black's barbecue flavor. That does sound good.
That does sound good.
Let's see. People talking back and forth. Janelle says, Keto Chow just came on vacation with me to the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Take us to Cannon Beach.
I want to go.
That's the beach that we had a GoPro on a chest strap.
Oh my gosh.
And Ruth was running around digging in the sand. And you review the footage.
Spider.
It's just these arms. It was hilarious.
Do you have that?
Somewhere I do.
I wish you could find that video right now.
It's hilarious. Anyway.
So funny.
Danielle says, for the single packets of the limited edition flavors like cake donut and blackberry, does it say on the website when there's a low stock of that? It does. So if we go back to the website, we go to shake, buy a single flavor. Now, it may not show
It doesn't
up.
show it on here. You have to click through to it.
So, for instance...
it only shows it when it's almost out of stock.
Yeah, when it's getting low.
So it doesn't show what the actual quantity is. It just says
So, for instance, the bulk bag shows out of stock.
Yep.
The single meal doesn't show that.
Okay.
When it's low, this will actually be yellow.
And it'll say three left or something like that. So, and you can, oh wait, go ahead. Are you still there? See where it says notify me when available? You can go in there and you're entering your email address. It's not putting it on a list or anything. It's just literally saying when this comes in stock, I want to know. And so
you actually get notified before we send an email
even put it out. Because as soon as we put it in the system, the email will go through. So that has happened even when we made mistakes before.
Evelyn wants to know, will the fall flavors come back earlier this year because you worked all the glitches out?
Well, they will come out on time. They will
come in stock the day that we announce that they are available.
That's right. When we get them. But, I mean, guys, it's halfway through July. I mean, not halfway. It's into July. This is it's 100 degrees here tomorrow. I cleaned out our trailer. It was 104 degrees in there.
Yeehaw.
That was hot.
Anyway, we've got our act together this year. Yeah. Don't worry. Storm Chasing Gal says I made apple pie ice cream with apple pie extract. Cinnamon, your tongue will beat your brains out.
I love that.
Dustin says I have like 15 pounds of butter in the fridge. Takes up a lot of space.
Yeah.
Yes, but butter powder per calorie takes up, I think it's 2 or 3 times more space and weight than actual butter. John wants to know, what items do you recommend purchasing for Prime Day? I know that Joe and Rachel of Two Crazy Ketos,
did they do a video?
They did a live stream where they went through a bunch of different stuff.
Nice.
Most of the stuff that I've looked at for Prime Day is like USB chargers and a bunch of hammers because the hammers for our tents broke. Like, I'm lame. Don't even look at me.
Oh, thank you for remembering those hammers.
Yeah. Today you were like, why are you looking at hammers? I'm like, because the hammers broke.
Both 2 hammers
and I don't want to drive to Harbor Freight.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna look for a red light, and I have some cleaning spray in my cart. Okay. Which smells good. What's it called? What's the one I like? Pledge.
Jujubee says, I know that the butter powder has carbs, but I'm just trying to streamline what I'm bringing because bears. But bears, not bears.
Bears. And if you're walking around Yellowstone, you're going to get a lot of steps. You know? Yep. So.
And John points out, once the singles show low, get them quick. Singles sell out way fast.
Yeah. Okay, Jujubee, so did you say you've been there before or not? Because I'll tell you a couple places to go. Okay.
Danielle says, I had eggnog this morning. It was awesome. It was like Christmas in July. I almost made eggnog again for the PSMS stuff, but I want it to be perfect. And because I had a bad batch of eggnog like 3 years ago, and I don't want to sully things.
I had a chocolate toffee, PSMF, and it was good.
Exposing Darkness says Dr. Boz has merch on Amazon.
Oh, nice.
And Keto Simple saw a bear and a red panda at the zoo today.
Heck yeah. Oh, he posted, it was a really cute picture of a fountain, and there were frogs. There were little statue frogs that were like crossing their legs, and they were squirting water into the fountain, and they were laying on the edge. And I'm like, that is so cute.
John says, I'm finally thinking about getting a bidet. Which one do you guys recommend? We have Bemis ones.
We have multiple bidets.
Basically, I just looked for the ones that were on sale or the ones that were on sale at Costco.
I haven't had a problem with any of them.
And the one that we have in our trailer isn't heated. It's just water.
It's cold.
And you know what? It's less terrible than you might think, maybe because the water tank is pretty warm.
Do you want to tell them about that first time? That was so funny. We just installed the bidet that day. Okay. And we're on this camping trip. And Kate goes in there, and she comes out just busting up laughing because she's like, where's the flusher on this toilet?
And she thought it was
it's right there. And she turns the handle on the bidet, and it sprayed her in the chest.
Well, the nice bidets that plug into the wall and have a
standing up.
remote control.
Yeah.
They have a sensor that doesn't let you turn them on unless there's pressure on the seat.
Right.
And
Which
again,
is nice.
why are we talking about bidets? I don't know.
Because
people who get
can.
bidets can't shut up about them.
That's true.
Because it was one of those things that was like, nah, no way are we doing that. And now it's like, the worst part about traveling is not having a bidet.
Yeah.
Maria Emmerich, she said, I remember you kept going on about bidets and I finally got one and now I bring one with me when I travel.
Because having a bidet is the best thing in the world.
It's so funny.
What does it say on the one at Keto Chow? Does it say like lifestyle upgrade?
I don't know.
It says lifestyle upgrade.
Might as well. And we don't have the
upgrade.
fancy ones that like, they're just the ones that attach to the top. Anyway,
I
GGB
think
says,
somebody at Keto Chow is playing tricks on us and turning up the volume.
there is someone who turns up the pressure pretty high.
I'm like,
I check it every time now.
excuse me.
Anyway,
That hurts.
GGB says, I'm not seeing anything crazy for Prime Day. I bought Redmonds and Quest chips.
Nice.
That's it. Oh, I should check and see if Quest chips
They're
are still on.
not. They weren't. The ones that I usually buy were not on sale. So we'll
I
have to
like
look for
the
different ones.
barbecue Quest chips.
I
They're
like
my
the
favorite.
not stupid freaking chili lime ones.
Anyway, and it says, and that's it. And even everything this past month was cheaper than on Prime Deal.
Right.
There's a website called Camel
Uh-huh.
that you can put the ASIN, the Amazon ID number
Right.
that's in that URL, and it will show you a graph of the price of that item for the last 2 years.
Oh, wow.
So you can see if it's actually discounted or if they just raised the price and then took it down for Prime Day.
Wow.
But then they try to steal the affiliate click.
Yeah.
Camel does.
Oh,
Anyway. Geo Simple says, I've been trying to talk Chandra into getting one, but she refuses.
what?
Just
She
saying.
doesn't have to use it. You don't have to use it if it's just sitting there.
GGB says,
I'll buy you
yeah,
one,
we've
Dustin,
never
for your
been
birthday.
to Yellowstone.
Oh my gosh.
But our whole trip is planned
Do
for
not
us.
walk up to the bison.
Oh, yes, please don't.
You will see them. Take pictures. Do
Yes.
not walk up to them. Just because they're sitting on the trail next to you does not mean that they're docile. They are wild
They are
animals.
very much wild animals. Teresa says, question, do extracts have carbs? What are they actually made of? Depends on what extracts you're talking
Yeah.
about. I'm not sure.
Yeah, a lot of them don't.
Yep.
But just look at the ingredients, and you can Google what they are and see what they say.
Okay, GGB got a variety pack of Quest chips.
Yay!
Okay, the last thing that I wanted to show, this is super silly, super dumb,
Maybe.
super
Oh,
nerdy.
the words.
Okay,
Hurts my brain.
paste. Okay, I spent a little while updating this spreadsheet
These ones still exist.
yesterday. This is the ones that still exist, and
Oh,
if
that's
you
still a
scroll
lot.
down,
Oh my gosh, look at those. Wow.
here are all of the key. So, a couple of years ago, we were going to KetoCon for our very first time, and I wanted to research our competitors, see how they
Right.
compare.
Right.
So, for instance, here at the top, oh my gosh, all the way up at the top, you've got. So here's Keto Chow using salted butter, Keto Chow using heavy cream, just a flavor. What's the price? How many meals are they?
Right.
Meals per day, because the ones above this line are nutritionally complete.
replacements,
You could
yeah.
eat this exclusively for all of your food for weeks or months at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They're designed for that. The ones below it, like Health Code or Ample K,
I can't believe they're
Metagenics,
still
or
in
Ideal
business.
Protein, those ones,
I'm glad they are.
they're close to complete, but not really. They're not designed for complete nutrition. So, for instance, Health Code, you need, where was it?
Meals a day.
5 of them in order to get 1,000 calories.
2,000 calories.
2,000 calories. Thank you.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, and meals a day, it's not applicable because, yeah. Anyway, so just to kind of look at the breakdown of like, what's the actual cost? So for 2,000 calories, including the cost for butter, the cost for heavy cream, cost for avocado oil, the extra things that you have to add for those ones, like what's the actual cost for 2,000 calories? And this actually came up because there was a multi-level marketing company that was touting their product, and I looked at the nutrition information, and it was string cheese was a better option.
Yeah, so he said that to them. It's a better option. And I'm like, honey, that's mean.
It was kind of mean. But anyway, over the course of several years, every time I would see a new keto meal replacement pop up, I would add it to this list. And yesterday I was looking, I was like, hey, what flavors? Like we have all these competitors, right? What flavors have they done that I haven't done yet? Just to get some ideas. And there are like one or two companies that are doing cool flavors. And most of them are branded flavors like Cocoa Pebbles or Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or Fruit Loops. Everything else is just vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry.
Yeah.
Maybe salted caramel.
And we're crazy. We have a million flavors.
Yeah. But the interesting thing was all of the ones that are now gone.
Yeah. Well, and you know what's sad is, like, we don't know if they got bought out. We don't know if...
Well, Dr. Berg just stopped making it.
Yeah. But part of it is, you know, keto is kind of a bad word sometimes. And it was really hot for a while, and now GLP-1s are hot.
Yeah.
And I do not think that GLP-1s are bad. I just feel like people are using those instead of maybe trying other things, and that is probably why people switched.
This one, ketoned, was particularly interesting because the company who mixes our stuff mixed their stuff.
And they were in Utah. We met them.
Actually, a lot of these
Yeah.
are from Utah. Let's see, off the top of my head, Longevity, Ketoned, Bulla Fit,
Oh yeah, I forgot about them.
Team Keto.
What's the sun one is?
Well, that's
Wasn't it?
up in the. Let's see. I think
That one's not gone.
Prove It is. At least they're kind of. I think 310 Nutrition is.
Oh, they might be. Yeah.
Where is it? Oh, let's see. I believe Keto Kind is Sun Warrior.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, the sun one. But we could be
Health
wrong.
Code is.
Is Metagenics?
I don't. I think
Oh yeah,
that
Health
they
Code
are.
is for sure in Utah.
And Health Code, it's kind of funny. We were looking at this.
We're friends with Health Code.
They now have a big number 10 can for food storage.
They were
which I
doing
thought
a
was
marketing campaign where they're like, hey, you need something that you can fix real quick?
I
Here
think
you
they're
go.
moving away from the keto, keto target market. It's kind of because they also introduced a plant protein version. So, regardless, it's interesting to me that since we started in 2015, which it's been 10 years.
I know.
We passed 10 years. There have been a lot of companies that have come and that have gone. So,
yep.
Storm Chasing Gal says, does Utah have those big elk? I think they do up in the mountains.
Yeah, we don't see them.
But around here we call them mountains.
There's good hunting here, though.
Yeah.
In October, a lot of people do the hunt. We used to have the school holiday UEA weekend on the weekend of the hunt.
Yep. Kathy says, I was buying butter today, and the only kind that didn't say natural flavors in the ingredients was Kerrygold. Anyone know any butters with that? I actually, for me, the amount of stuff that we're talking about in conventional butter,
it's going to be
not
very,
too concerned about
very
it.
negligible.
If it has other oils added to it,
then we're going to be unhappy for sure.
But yeah, I'm not aware of any other butters without it. I mean, you may want to check Costco. You may want to check. I'm unfamiliar because I don't pay attention to that. Because for me, the butter it's good enough. I'm not gonna get too hung up on that sort of stuff. But Kathy wants to know, when would we start PSMF? We're doing it 2 days a week, and we're doing it
or 3
been doing
days.
it for about a month or so.
Yeah.
And can you have Keto Chow since it has fat? Keto Chow does not have fat.
You have to add it yourself.
Yep.
So we're using it. We're actually adding some
Or MCT
egg
oil.
white protein and MCT oil, like 10 grams. of
just
MCT
enough
oil.
MCT oil to make the fat-soluble vitamins absorbable.
And
But that's the cool thing. It doesn't actually have the fat in it.
yeah. The thing is, PSMF is just a tool.
Like
just
me.
like Keto Chow is a tool. I'm not letting it own me. I'm not I'm
Yeah.
just using it, and I am seeing results, so I'm happy.
It's easier to me than fasting all day.
I don't know.
I feel less of a
feel-
need to eat all the things when we're done.
I
So,
feel like I want to fast also, because if I don't eat anything, I can't snack, period. And sometimes
Yeah.
I just want a snack, and I know I need to stop snacking.
Evelyn says, when making my cheesecake, I was happy to find that Loran Oils had a blackberry, and I didn't have to
Yay!
introduce a different flavor extract to my cheesecake.
Nice.
Awesome. Ebony says,
Loran's.
Depends on where you live with the butter selection. I use Amazon's grocery brand.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, what's it called? The Amazon owns Whole Foods. That might be a good place.
Oh, yeah.
Or, what's it called? Natural Grocers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
natural grocers.
Teresa says, why are so many of these companies from Utah?
We have a big amount of entrepreneurs here.
So, lots of people that are very focused in self-sufficiency,
Yes.
both from creating companies, and it also makes for a big multi-level marketing.
Yeah, we also
market.
have a lot of like preppers and stuff too, and meal shake that can be stored in food storage is
Yep.
really enticing to people who are preppers, because that is really nice.
Then you also have, because there are all these companies, they have lobbied to create a regulatory environment that doesn't regulate supplements very much here in Utah. So it's largely unregulated, and so you have a lot of nutraceutical
Yeah,
companies
a lot of
that can.
freedom.
Well, you have a lot of companies that can. You give them a recipe, they can
They can make it.
mix it, package it, and it's ready to go. So a lot of those companies are from here in Utah. GGP says 310 is still around. They are. I don't consider their products very keto friendly, though they advertise them as being a competitor to Keto Chow. So
Yeah.
that's why it's on there.
Well, and it's interesting because I think it was Joe and Rachel just put out a video that was talking about seed oils, or they had mentioned
That
it recently.
seed oils don't throw you out of ketosis.
Yeah.
And technically that is true. I wouldn't
That's
recommend
true.
using them.
So I think a lot of times, like, we maybe get stuck in the semantics,
It's true. I love
or
semantics.
maybe should get stuck in the semantics, like, because I haven't looked at 310's ingredients. Maybe they're fine, and I just haven't needed them because I don't need a protein shake,
Yeah.
right? So, but if I was shopping for that specific thing, I would definitely find
Yep.
out.
Meg says butterscotch makes a great butter pecan ice cream. True that. Exposing Darkness says, is health code Dr. Ben Bickman? So it was started by Joel Bickman,
Yeah, Ben's brother.
Ben's brother. I don't know the specifics of the arrangement. My understanding is that Ben agreed to have his likeness and that he supported it and he did marketing for it.
Yeah.
Recently, I haven't seen anything other than on their homepage that it is associated with Dr. Bickman. I don't know that he was part of the development of it, and I say that because they use magnesium oxide and vitamin D2 and a couple other things that I don't know that Dr. Bickman would have used.
But they're not, and the thing is, those still are good ingredients. There are just better options.
Yeah.
So a lot of time, A lot of times, and the thing is with all these manufacturers and stuff, you tell them what you want, they can make it. But unless you dig in and actually learn about the ingredients, you don't know what types and forms. So like over the years, compared, 10 years, we're in 10 years here.
Yep.
When we started to where we are now, our ingredients are way better than they used to be.
True. Absolutely.
Because we learned. We switched our D2 to D3. We switched the folate. We switched so many ingredients for a better form.
Yep.
Because we learned about the ingredients. The acacia gum, we used to use silent husk powder. It's like, it's crazy.
Keto Simple says we get all our butter from Costco. Kathy doesn't have an electric outlet anywhere close to the toilet. Yeah, when we did a renovation,
you have to put it in.
We put them in. Joe actually he renovated to add
the
outlets next to his toilet.
That is the stupidest thing about the bidet. That's the only thing that is.
And you don't have to have one that is like that. Like even just one that doesn't have electricity and you just turn the knob and stuff like that. Like
the simpleness of the way.
Yeah.
It's just not heated.
GGB likes turkey sandwich on egg white bread with yellow mustard for PSMF.
Nice.
See, now here's the thing.
We should make the egg white bread.
I'm so lazy. I just want to make Keto Chow and eat that and be done.
I know
you do. I'm so lazy.
I know.
Marie says, I don't care for MLMs, even when the products are good. Everyone and their dog signs up and then only market it to their close friends and family.
Yeah.
I don't have nice things to say about multi-level marketing, so I choose not to comment on it. GGB says mass-produced unsalted butter in the U.S. contains natural flavors, which often refers to diacetyl, lactic acid, or a combination of both added to enhance the flavor or extend shelf life.
Yep, which butter has a pretty good shelf life.
Well, the salted butter does.
Oh, that's true.
And the funny thing is, the difference between unsalted and salted butter is not a lot of salt. If I remember correctly, each stick of butter is 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Anyway, Marie says, I thought I saw in a video from Dr. Bickman where he said he stepped back from health code. I don't recall to what extent.
Yeah, I don't remember him doing that or saying that.
He's still on their homepage as of yesterday.
But also, like, it's not a bad product.
No.
We like it.
I like our product better, but I'm also very biased.
I agree.
Marie says massage, heated seat, and heated water are not necessary in a bidet.
True that.
But it's nice. Luckily, there was an outlet near our toilet.
Right? And it's a lifestyle upgrade, right?
At my parents' house,
we should see if bidets are on Prime Day.
At my parents' house, we're using a extension cord.
Oh.
It's been there for like 5 years.
How did I not notice that?
Because it's dark green on their dark green carpet of their bathroom.
Oh my gosh. We really should change out that carpet.
Yeah. GGB says, I love being lazy, but sometimes I want to choose something.
I know.
You are correct.
Too. I want to choose.
Now, Gloria says, salty helps me so much. As for the magnesium, why didn't you choose the popular magnesium glycinate? That's a really good question. Yeah. So in salty, we have, let's see if I can find it.
So many words.
Salty, natural. This'll show it. Okay, this is on our. We don't use maltodextrin.
Oh my gosh, that's us.
Yeah, it is.
We should use that as the company picture.
Okay.
So many words, guys. That's so boring.
This right here. This is what I wanted.
Was Gloria asking about salty or Keto Chow?
About salty.
Okay.
So in salty, we have only a couple of ingredients. We have inland sea powdered salt. We have potassium chloride, malic acid, stevia extract, and flavoring. Okay. And within those ingredients, the powdered salt, all of the magnesium that is in salty electrolyte drink mix is part of the powdered salt. We're not getting magnesium from any other source. We're not adding an additional ingredient to add the magnesium. It's naturally occurring in the salt, which I think is actually really cool. And a lot of companies are like, hey, we have to add magnesium. Yeah, we don't have to.
Yeah, because it's already there.
And there is some potassium, and there is some sulfate, which is not sulfite.
Yeah.
It's sulfate.
It's not sulfur either.
Yeah, it's, again, naturally occurring. It's actually an electrolyte, but anyway. So that's why we're using the magnesium that we use, which actually isn't using magnesium. It just comes along for the ride, and it's amazing. So, and again, we didn't use magnesium glycinate because I've never seen any convincing data that says that magnesium glycinate is specifically better for a certain application than magnesium malate, magnesium chloride, magnesium taurate.
It's just the amino
It's
acid
amazing.
it's attached to.
Yeah,
right.
It's amazing magnesium and glycine and taurine and all those other amino acids. Like you get those in meat anyway, in much greater abundance than you get the whatchamacallit. Oh my gosh.
In the magnesium
magnesium glycinate. So there you go. Well, that does it.
Yeah.
That's the stuff we want to talk about.
Magnesium talk today.
Magnesium time.
Well, I hope you guys all have fun, and you can get some stuff on Amazon Prime Day. The red
if you
light.
want to, or you can hold on to your money.
Yeah, you don't have to spend it.
But we're gonna be back at our regular time next week. So you all have a fantastic night, and we will see you later.
Bye.